Sir, we know that A stands for agriculture and art-related services, B stands for bridge, C stands for cab, D stands for diplomatic mission, E stands for electricity, F stands for G stands for goods, GPA and courier agency, H stands for healthcare services, I stands for immobile property and insurance, J stands for jungle, K stands for knowledge, L stands for legal services, M stands for Mecca, N stands for NCCCB, O stands for other events, P stands for pension, Q stands for qualification, R stands for regulatories and registered charitable trust under section 12A or 12AB. S stands for Sarkar, we are in the Sarkar. In the last class we have completed the service provided by Sarkar. Today we are going to do service provided to Sarkar. Exemption number 1. Pure services to government are exempt from GST. For example, if you are providing only pure services, not material, only services, pure services excluding any contract service or other composite supply involving supply of any goods, that means you are not supplying goods, you are supplying only provided to the central government, state government, union territory or local authority of by way of any activity in relation to any function entrusted to a panchayat under article 243G of the constitution, or in relation to a function entrusted to a municipality under article 243W of the constitution are exempt from GST. We know that these two things, if done by the government, it is neither supply of goods nor supply of services, and it is exempted also, right? And if you are helping the government to do these statutory functions, then the service provided by you to the government is also exemption number 2. Composite supply of goods and services to government is exempted, because in exemption number 1, only pure services are exempted. Sometimes in order to perform the statutory function, which are covered under article 243W or 243G, right? Yes, sir. We may need to even supply the material portion also, not only the pure labor. So government with a notification saying that composite supply of goods and service in which value of goods constitute not more than 25% of the value of said composite supply provided to central government, state government or union territory or local authority by way of any activity in relation to any function entrusted to a panchayat under article 243G and in relation to a function entrusted to a municipality under 243W of the constitution are exempt from. That means, my dear lovable students, if you are providing some services to government for the purpose of, government has to provide a statutory function entrusted to a municipality under article 243W or panchayat under article 243G. If it is pure services, then it is exempt from. Or you can provide both goods and services, my dear lovable students, where the proportion of the goods should not exceed 25%, then also it is exempt from. Right, man. Sir, they have added actually one more item. This is amendment. New item has been added. Sir, services provided by way of water supply. Service provided to a governmental authority by way of water supply, public health, sanitation, conservancy, solid waste management and slum improvement and upgradation are exempt from GST. This is a new addition in the exemption section 11, my dear lovable students. So services is providing to the governmental authority. Yarku service provide pandringa? A service provided to a governmental authority by way of water supply, public health, sanitation conservancy, solid waste management and slum improvement and upgradation are exempt from. So you have to say, tell me what are the 5 points. Water supply, public health, sanitation conservancy, solid waste management, slum improvement and upgradation are exempt from. A service provided to a governmental authority by way of water supply, public health, sanitation conservancy, solid waste management and slum improvement and upgradation are exempt from. Last time, sir, service provided to a governmental authority by way of water supply, public health, sanitation conservancy, solid waste management and slum improvement and upgradation are exempt from. We are coming to the other exemption, my dear lovable students. If you are providing these services to government or local authority, again it is exempt from service provided to the central government, state government, union territory under any insurance scheme for which the total premium is paid by the central government, state government and union territory are exempt from. For example, you are an insurance company, okay, you are issuing an insurance policy to the government or local authority, where it's the 100% of the premium is paid by the government, then it is exempt from. Sometimes the central government or the government or local authority may take insurance for their employees, correct? For that, the government only will pay the 100% of the premium. So, what you are going to achieve, because the GST will be collected from the government and you will be paying to the government. For that, it is better to be exempted from GST. Service provided by fair price shop. Have you heard about ration shop? Yes, sir. To the central government, state government or union territory by sale of food grains, kerosene, sugar, edible oil, etc. under the public distribution system against consideration in the form of commission or after, sir, you can set up a, sir, ration shop and the government will supply the goods and you can sell the goods on behalf of the government and you will be getting some commission or margin. On that commission or margin, it is exempt from, because you are just acting as one of the person of the government official and you are getting consideration from the government. What is the purpose you are collecting, sir? GST from the government and paying GST to the government. Service provided to the central government, state government, union territory, sir, union territory administration under any training program, under any, for example, you are a training institute, you are conducting any program for which 75% or more of the total expenditure is borne by the central government, state government, local authority or union territory administration, then it is exempt from GST. It's same like the insurance what we have talked. Okay, sir, there is a training institute, they are providing training services. Sir, the recipient is the consideration, the person who are going to pay is the government or local authority. Assume that some programs may be sponsored by government, more than 75% of the expense are sponsored by government, means it is enough from GST. Sanitation and conservancy service supplied to army and other central and state government department is liable to GST. There is no specific exemption, my dear lovable students. Sanitary and conservancy service supplied to army and other central and state government departments are liable for. Supply of service by government entity, this we have already done, to central government, state government, union territory, local authority or any person specified by central government, state government or union territory or local authority against consideration from the central government, state government, union territory, local authority in the form of dash is exempted. So this is also, sir, one way of service providing to the government, because supply of service by whom? Government entity. To these guys, to the central government, state government, local authority, for which the consideration has been received by government grant are exempt from GST. Service by giving on hire to a local authority an electrically operated vehicle meant to carry more than 12 passengers are exempt from GST. For example, if you are buying a bus, sir, it is to a local authority. This is service by giving on hire to a local authority an electrically operated vehicle. That's what the NSR main difference. Electrically operated vehicle meant to carry more than 12 passengers are exempt from GST. The same way we have studied one, sir, which we have studied in C stands for cab. Service provided by way of hiring of means of transport to a state transport undertaking having a capacity of more than, but this is not for NSR, this is for the local authority, electrically operated vehicle meant to carry 12 passengers are exempt from. Very good, fantastic to the core. With this we can say that we are through with the service provided to the government. In that one addition is that we have done that. And moving into the T stands for what? Transfer of any concern. Going concern. For example, you may demerge, you may amalgamate, you may sell a portion, you may discontinue your operation as per S24, like that it goes. So service by way of transfer of any concern, going concern as a whole or an independent part thereof is exempt from GST. That means you are selling a part of the business. Service provided by way of transfer of any concern, either as a whole or independent part thereof are exempt from GST. We know that what the independent part thereof is all about. So T stands for transfer of going concern and T stands for tour operating services, right? This we already done in the Z part, but since this is an amendment, we have taken to the main part, that is T stands for tour operating services. So very simple, tour operating services which is performed partly in India and partly outside India. So some part of the tour you are performing in India and some part of the tour you are performing outside India, supplied by a tour operator to a tourist. Foreign tourist to the extent of value of tour operator service which is performed outside India shall be exempt from tax. For example, I'm GT Holiday, I'm situated in India and I'm providing tour operating services to a non-resident who are situated outside India. The tour package is like this. Some part of the tour I'm going to be provided in India and some part of the tour I'm going to be provided outside India. Whatever portion I'm going to be provided outside India are exempted in India. Exempted in India. Clear? Foreign tourist means a person not normally resident in India who enters India for a stay not more than 6 months for the legitimate non-immigrant purposes. That means he should not be more than 6 months in India, because once he more than 6 months in India, he will be crossing 180 days, right? Once you cross 180 days, 182 days, my dear lovable students, he become a resident. So you should stay less than 6 months. That means the non-resident definition is exactly same as income tax. Income tax. Value of services performed outside India. How you will calculate that value? We know the proportion calculation. Value of tour operator service performed outside India shall be lower of the following. Correct? Sir, either the total consideration charged for the entire tour into number of days for which the tour is performed divided by total number of days comprising the tour, or 50% of the total consideration charged for the entire tour. This is an amendment we have already discussed in the class in detail, right? Either the total consideration what you have enjoyed into number of days outside India divided by total number of days comprising of the full tour, or 50% of the tour value, whichever is lower will be deemed as the value of the tour outside India. That will be exempted. The balance will be taxable. So in making the above calculation, any duration time equal to or exceeding 8 hours shall be considered as 1 full day, and any duration of time less than 12 hours shall be taken as half a day, right? So if it is exceeding 12 hours, then my dear lovable students, it has to be taken as full day, and if it is less than 12 hours, has to be taken as half a day. This example I will be doing. Generally I won't do any examples because this is a revision we are doing. Since this is an amendment, I am interested to solve this. A tour operator provided tour operator services as follows: 3 days in India, 2 days in Nepal, total 5 days. Consideration charge for the entire tour is 8 lakh. That means 1 lakh into how many days outside India? 2 by 5. So how much 1 lakh into 2 by 5? 40,000. So 40,000, or what is the 50%? 50,000. Whichever is lower will be exempted. So how much is exempted? So the taxable will be 60,000. Able to appreciate? 2 days in India, 3 nights in Nepal. Consideration charge for the entire tour is 1 lakh. So 1 lakhs into 3 by 5 comes to 60,000. So 60,000 or 50% comes to 50,000. Whichever is lower, 50,000 is exempted and 50,000 is taxable. Comfortable? Yes, sir. 2.5 days in India and 3 days in Nepal. Total comes to 5.5 days. Right? Total consideration charge is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh into 3 by 5.5 comes to 54,545, or 50% of the consideration 50,000, whichever is lower, 50,000 is exempted and 50,000 is taxable. So if a tour operator who are situated in India is providing tour operating services to a non-resident who are situated outside India, which is partly in India and partly outside India, to the extent of the partly outside India will be exempted in India. Are you really with me? I'm moving to the next exemption, and IGST exemption, which is also a tour related item only. Service provided by an operator, tour operator to a tourist in relation to a tour conducted wholly outside India is exempt from GST, right? If it is partly in India and outside India, then itself the partly portion outside India is exempted. This part is actually covered in CGST because one part is they are providing in India also, correct? If it is wholly outside India, service provider is situated in India and service recipient is situated outside India, my dear lovable students, sir, it is fully exempted in India. No need to pay GST. Paka? I'm moving to the next exemption, man. U stands for unincorporated body. U stands for unincorporated body. We know that. So we are having a section called as section 7 subsection 1 clause AA. Are you remembering? Yes, sir. What the section 7 subsection 1 clause AA is talking about? Sir, activity is specified by any person other than an individual to its members or constituents or vice versa for cash or deferred payment or other valuable consideration is a supply. For that section 7 subsection 1 clause AA, we are having what exemption? That's what section 11 exemption and the in the exemption. Service by an unincorporated body. You are an unincorporated body, you are not corporated or non-profit entity registered under any law for the time being enforced to its own members by way of reimbursement of charges or share of contribution as a union, trade union. That means I started a trade union, my dear lovable students. For whose benefit I am starting trade union? For the members, that is employees, correct? It is fully exempted from GST. Even though it is a body, even though it is a person other than an individual, to its members for cash or defer payment or other valuable consideration, that will be exempted from. Number 2, for the provision of carrying out an activity which is exempted from the levy of goods and services tax is exempt from GST, my dear lovable students. For example, sir, you are forming a body and to its members, to the members, you are providing an exempt service. Exempt supply you are providing, it is enough from GST. Exempt from GST, because normally if anyone is providing, it is exempted, right? Sir, as because of section 7 subsection 1 clause AA, we will not torture you. Even that is also what from GST, exempt from GST. So I am starting an unincorporated body. By unincorporated body, I am providing service to a trade union. It is fully exempt from GST. Number 2, by that unincorporated body, I am doing an exempt supply. It is fully exempt from GST up to an amount of 7,500 per month. That means, my dear lovable students, this is, sir, exempted, but threshold limit will be applicable. 7,500 per month per member for sourcing of goods or services for a person, for the common use of its members in a housing society or residential complex. So this is RWA. This is what? Resident Welfare Association. That means trade union without limit, it is exempted, man. Sir, then next one, sir, for the purpose of providing exempt supply, it is fully exempted, sir. Whereas RWA, you have to classify into 2 categories. If the maintenance charges, sir, is up to 7,500 per month per member, it is exempt from GST. If it is going beyond 7,500 per member per month, it is taxable, sir. Service provided by an unincorporated body or non-profit entity registered under any law for the NA being in force, time being in force, engage in any activity relating to welfare of industrial or agricultural labor or farmer, or promotion of trade, commerce, industry, agriculture, art, science, literature, culture, sports, education, social welfare, charitable activity and protection of environment to its own members against consideration in the form of membership up to an amount of 1,000 per member per year is exempt from. Even this is also, I will call this as various associations, my dear lovable students. This various association, sir, you have to check whether it is 1,000 per member, correct? Per year, it is exempt from GST. If the membership fees is more than 1,000 per member per year, then it is taxable. So you can classify, simple classification, unincorporated body can be classified into 4 categories. Number 1, sir, trade union. Without limit, it is exempted, sir. Sir, you have started an unincorporated body for the purpose of providing an exempt services. Sir, without limit, it is exempted, sir. You have started an unincorporated body as RWA. You have to check the monthly consideration. Again, classified in 2 categories. Sir, maintenance charges per month per member, 7,500 exempted, sir. In excess of 7,500, taxable, sir. Sir, other bodies or association for the growth of some other things like what trade, commerce, industry, agriculture, art, all those things, sir, whether it is up to 1,000 per member per year, it is exempt, sir. It is not per member per year, sir. It is less than 1,000, sir. Sir, it is less than 1,000, exempted. More than 1,000. So, services by the unincorporated body or non-profit entity up to 7,500 per member per month is exempted. Above 7,500 per member per month is taxable. Clear? You can go through the examples which is available, my dear lovable students. So we know that, sir, fruits and vegetable, which stands for vegetable. Services provided by way of preconditioning, pre-cooling, ripening, waxing, retail packing and labeling of fruits and vegetables which do not change or alter the essential characteristics of said fruits and vegetables are exempt from GST. Shall we, sir, recall once again these items? Services provided by way of preconditioning, pre-cooling, ripening, waxing, retail packing and labeling are exempt from GST. Okay, my dear lovable students, I'm moving into W stands for works contract. Sir, actually works contracts means both supply of goods and services should be there. Yes, sir. But here I am actually put the construction related services as in a contract, works contract. Even under this I have, sir, we have listed even the pure supply also. Actually pure labor will never amount to works contract. Works contract. Works contract means both supply of what and what? Service provided by pure in a contract, labor contract. Labor contract of construction, erection, commissioning, installation, completion, fitting out, repair, maintenance, renovation or alteration of any structure or any other original work pertaining to the beneficiary-led individual house construction or enhancement under the Housing for All Urban Mission or Pradhan Mantri Enna Yojana. Anything which are ending with Yojana are exempt from GST, right? So you are a contractor Nesamani. You are providing the construction services. You are constructing constructing, erection, commissioning or installation or anything which pertaining to beneficiary-led individual house. You are constructing an individual house. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Under the housing for all, ellarkum veedu irukkutungra scheme, urban mission or Pradhana Mantri Awas Yojana, it is exempt from
GST.
We know that service supplied by EDU. This we have already completed in electricity. By way of construction, erection, commissioning or installation of infrastructure for extending electricity distribution network up to the tube-well of the farmer or agriculturist for agriculture purpose, or against a service by way of pure labor contract. And labor contract for construction, erection, commissioning or installation of original work pertaining to a single residential unit otherwise than as a part of residential complex are exempt from. This is not as per Pradhana Mantri Awas Yojana and all. After you become a chartered accountant, you are constructing your home. For that, you are calling contractor Nesamani. Correct, sir? You are saying that I will supply the material. You have to supply only the labor. For what purpose he has provided the service? For your NSR single residential unit. It should not be a residential complex, because if it is a residential complex, it is commercial in nature, right? One house everyone has to NSR hold. Sir, let everyone live very peacefully, my dear lovable students. So that pure labor services are exempted from GST. Next one, sir. Supply of TDR, FSI long-term lease of land by landowner to a developer are exempted. We know that supply of TDR, FSI long-term lease premium are all under reverse charge basis. Correct? The promoter is liable to pay GST, sir, on RCM basis. Are you able to recall?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, for that they have created one exemption. For that RCM, they have created one exemption. Supply of TDR, FSI long-term premium of land by an owner to a developer are exempted, subject to the condition that constructed flats are sold before issuance of NS certificate. Because if it has been sold before issuance of completion certificate, it will become supply of service. Once it becomes supply of service, automatically it will be taxable. Then the promoter is not liable to pay RCM. That service will become exempted. Paka. So this is an exception to the RCM, what we have learned. What we have learned is supply of TDR, FSI, long-term lease provided to a promoter. The promoter is liable to pay GST on an RCM basis. But if the promoter is, my dear lovable students, is selling those flats before issuance of completion certificate. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Then it is exempt from GST, because anyway the whole thing will be coming under the GST. Why are you paying RCM and why are you disturbing? Exemption of TDR, FSI long-term lease shall be withdrawn. This exemption will be withdrawn. That means you cannot enjoy the exemption in case of flat sold after issuance of NS certificate. Because once you sold after issuance of completion certificate, it is neither supply of goods nor supply of services. But such withdrawal shall be limited to 10% of value. 1% of value in case of affordable houses and 5% of value in case of other than affordable houses. This much only you are supposed to be reversed. Sir, in case of affordable houses, you are liable to pay 1%. And with regard to non-affordable houses, other than affordable houses, you have to reverse 5%. This we have already discussed when we talk about 9.4. We have talked about cement, all those stuffs, right? Yes, sir. So I'm moving into the next exemption. Exhibitions, NSR outside India. X stands for exhibition. Sir, service provided by whom? An organizer. To whom? To any person. In respect of business exhibition held outside India are exempt from GST. So who's the service provider? Organizer. Who's the recipient? Any person. In respect of business exhibition held outside India are exempt from GST. We know that anything which are ending with Yojana are exempt from GST. Service of life insurance business. Actually, this all we have done in the insurance itself, provided under the following schemes: Jai Shri Bima Yojana, Aam Aadmi Bima Yojana, life micro insurance product as approved by the IRDA having maximum amount of cover of 1 lakh, 2 lakh. Sir, Varshita Pension Bima Yojana, Pradhana Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, Pradhana Mantri Jandan Yojana, Pradhana Mantri Vayulavanda Yojana. These all are exempt from GST, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So this is what with regard to the, sir, Y stands for Yojana, and we are having Z. Z means anything which we are not able to park from A to Y. I am trying my level best to take the maximum things from the Z to reduce the Z's relevance is at the least. Hello, sir. That's why a lot of changes has been made. Even the tour operator services has been shifted. Registered charitable trust has been shifted. Some other topics also has been shifted, because sometimes in class, if it is in Z, we will not have the habit of discussing those areas. Are you really with me? Because it's others like miscellaneous. So I want to keep those items in the limelight. Then we'll be surely discussed. Without that, we will not proceed. That's why some changes I have made. So in Z, we'll be discussing one or two other exemptions, sports related services. Services are provided to a sports recognized body by an individual as either player or referee or umpire or coach or team manager for participation in sporting event organized by a recognized sports body, or one recognized sports body is providing to another recognized sports body, are exempt from GST. So this is very important. These 5 things you have to say. Either individual as a player, a referee, umpire, coach, team manager. Repeat once again. Player, referee, umpire, coach. Repeat once again. Player, referee, umpire, coach, team manager. So the individual is providing the services as a player, referee, umpire, coach or team manager are exempt from. Or one recognized sports body is providing services to another recognized sports body is exempt from. You may have a doubt, who is this recognized sports body, sir? Sir, it means the Indian Olympic Association or Sports Authority of India or National Sports Federation or National Sports Promotion or International Olympic Association or Federation or a body which regulates a sport at any level, international level. These guys are recognized sports body. That is a definition of recognized sports body. Right? Sir, if you are providing services with sponsorship of any event, sporting event organized by these guys are exempt from. So one sporting event is happening, for that you are sponsoring. So this is an exception to the RCM sponsorship cases, correct? By a National Sports Federation, by Association of Indian University or Inter-University, or by Central Civil Services, or as a part of National Games, or under the Panchayat, your Krida Ayur Kel Abhiyan scheme are exempt from GST. So if these NSR, under these names, if anything is not coming in your mouth, then for that, if you are providing sponsorship, it is exempt from GST. Exempt from GST. Are you all really with me? So this is what we can discuss now, max, and we'll be talking about exemption number 4, exemption number 5, still exemption number 6, and other services, not sporting services. The remaining services, the other, which I have tried the level best to keep it very low, the other Z. Then we'll be having leasing services, and we'll be talking about the remaining of exemption under the IGST after the enactment, CGST. Hello, sir. Certain things we would have already discussed here and there with regard to the IGST. Certain has to be discussed. So we'll be completing this part, sir, by tomorrow. So take today, spend your time of at least 1 hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour, and have a revision of exemption, my dear lovable students. Sir, this is a second opportunity I am giving you. I have taken class, sir. I have explained each and every exemption very depth. But when I am reading for the second time, I know that it will be beneficial for you. But how it will be beneficial, it should not be a beneficial of hearing, it should be a beneficial of learning. There is a huge difference between that. So once you study today, you are prepared for the examination, my dear lovable students. So sit and study for 30 minutes to 45 minutes. If during this fasting, if I am taking this much effort for you, how much effort you have to take, you just think. So when you are studying, now the flow will be brilliant, fantastic, outstanding. So spend your 45 minutes time, and those who are listening and following to the lectures in the YouTube, my dear lovable students, share your happiness, how much you are, whether you are consistent or not, because that is the only way by which, sir, I and you will be connected. And be open, there is no monetary benefit or anything we are going to get, whether you comment it or not. There is no such things. Just to keep you on track, how many of you are seeing those lectures, because that is a motivation, real motivation to any teacher, especially for me, there is no doubt about it. So if you are sharing your happiness, for that only, I am coming here at 6 morning, sir, preparing those areas, spending our valuable time, even if it is fasting, even if it is a long duration sessions are going for direct access and other costing, all those stuffs. So doing for yourself, so share your happiness. We will meet tomorrow morning at the appropriate time. Till that, thank you. Bye bye from ANM.